Jillian is looking for a second date update with a guy named Cole, and we are committed to helping her out. Hi, Jillian. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
Doing great. Thanks for asking. If you could take us from the beginning, tell us how you met Cole, and then we'll get into the first date. That'd be great.
Yeah, so I met Cole on Match. We went out 3 times. We went to lunch, then we went to dinner. I took him to a friend's wedding, ultimately, right? So this is...
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Big.
So lunch, dinner, I thought you were going to say like lunch, dinner, and then eventually breakfast.
Yeah, I don't know. We hit it off. You know, I don't want to say when you know, because like I'm not trying to get to that level at this point. I know we only went out a few times, but when you know, when there's a connection, right?
So you knew enough that he was worthy of taking to a wedding with you?
Yeah. I mean, things were going really great. We were getting to know each other. We were clicking. I felt a strong connection, and we did have sex, and it was really wonderful. There was definitely just something really organic between us. I can't explain it. I feel like that's the kind of person I am as I said, when I know, I know. I'm very intuitive with this kind of stuff. My cat liked him. His dog liked me. Like we just kind of, we clicked, right? Okay. So I thought we were heading somewhere.
Question for the ladies.
Yeah.
Is it a big deal? Like when you invite a guy to a wedding, is that like a serious date? Is that like a big thing, or is that actually not a big thing? Like you just need a date and, hey, this will be fun, and do you want to go?
I think it can go either way. I think it depends on how badly you want to take a date to the wedding. I mean, if you don't want to go to this wedding alone, you're more willing to take pretty much anybody that's willing to go with you that you kind of sort of like. And also, if you're really into him, it can be like testing the waters.
Yeah, I think it's a personal thing, too. Personally, I don't just take that lightly. I wouldn't just invite anyone to a wedding.
No, I feel like I would take somebody to a wedding on like a second, third date just to kind of like feel it out because I have to go there. It's a really good time for me to get to know you, too.
Mm-hmm.
Can be fun.
But if I'm really, really into you, then, I would take you, too.
Yeah, so all of these intuitive feelings you had about Cole were confirmed at the wedding, being your third date, and all, you felt good about it afterward.
Yes. I thought that we had such a great time. Everyone loved him. It felt really natural and wonderful to have him there, too. So I was just really excited that I had this connection with somebody.
So what happened after the wedding?
So we had like a nice morning. He kissed me goodbye. He said he'd see me later.
Wait. Nice morning.
Yeah.
Okay, so you hooked up after the wedding.
Yeah.
Got it. Just trying to follow the timeline. And how was that?
We had a good energy. He kissed me goodbye. He said he'd see me later. But this was the last time that I saw him because he left and I never saw him again.
Did you offer him breakfast?
Of course. I've been racking my brain about it. Nothing weird happened. We didn't have an argument. We didn't disagree about anything. I'm at a loss. And I also tried to reach out. And I feel, technically he's ghosting me. It's bizarre. Like, how do you have 2 great dates? How do you go to a wedding with somebody and just not say anything? If something is wrong, then tell me. I don't.
Well, I brought it up because somebody didn't go out with someone. They ghosted them because they didn't make them breakfast the next morning. That's the only reason I asked. And since you already had lunch
Definitely
and dinner together.
No, all 3 meals from me. If he said he didn't want breakfast, I would have not forced it on him. But we had a lovely breakfast. So I'm at a loss right now.
Okay. Any questions, guys, before we take the break?
I don't think so.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to call Cole. And we're gonna get him to spit it out. Come on, Cole.
Spew it,
What's the reason? Because we know it's something. He didn't just ghost to ghost. Jillian met Cole on Match, and it's been going great. We call the second date update, but they actually went out on 3 different occasions. They first did a lunch, then a dinner, which went well enough for her to invite him to a wedding. And all of these intuitive instincts that she had about him and the connection that she felt to him and everything just felt right was confirmed at the wedding. And he ultimately ended up spending the night at her place. Everything was fine the next morning. I forget what you said, Jillian. Did you say he was going to call you, or it was just a kiss and a hug and a goodbye? Was there any, we'll talk later, any tentative plans that maybe...
Yeah, he said he'd see me later. When he kissed me goodbye, he said see you later, yeah.
All right. And then you never heard from him. I'm sure you
Nope.
reached out and he never responded.
Yep, nothing.
Got it.
Was he talking to anybody else at the wedding? Like maybe he found a new connection with somebody. Ooh.
Not that no, we were pretty much we were together the whole time. We were like tied at the hip or whatever that phrase is. We were definitely like together the whole time. I mean, unless when I was in the bathroom or something, but
Right.
I mean, I feel like, again, I would have sensed something. He must be a good actor. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, we're about to find out because we're going to call him unless there's anything else you think we need to know before we make the call.
No, that's it.
Okie doke. Let's do it.
Hello?
Hello, is this Cole?
Yeah, this is Cole.
Hi, Cole. It's Jeff, Jen, Fritch, and Tim at Q102. How you doing, man?
I'm all right. I'm a little nervous about what this call's about.
Oh, come on. It'll be fun.
It's always fun.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm all right. How are you?
We're good. We just had a lovely conversation with your friend Jillian. And she was telling us about the wedding you guys attended together and how she just, I don't know, man, when your name comes up, she gets all giddy and a little bit excited and just seems to be very fond of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Jillian called you all?
Yeah. Is that surprising to you?
I'll start here. I just think that we live on different planets. Like, that's all. Like, she's a nice enough girl, but after that wedding that we went to, I don't know if it's going to work. I don't think it's possible.
What happened to the wedding that made you rethink that? Because it seemed like leading up to the wedding, you went out on 3 different occasions. So
yeah, her circle of friends is like super granola, just like crunchy granola, and that's not really me. And so at the wedding, it was a backyard wedding. Everybody was barefoot. We had to take our shoes and socks off.
Oh, you were grounding. You were earthing. Yeah. It's a thing.
Oh, for the love.
You all know about this. Okay.
Not all of us.
No, Jen.
Not all of us knows about this.
I know about grounding. Now, were they sunning their perineum? Because that's another organic thing for healing.
They may have. I mean, there was so much language, and everybody was barefoot. You know, I had on nice shoes, and I just wasn't expecting that. And then the bride and groom stood in a pile of fresh organic soil to ground them and have Mother Earth bless their union.
Right.
I like it.
Yeah, it was all vegan. I'm not vegan. Nothing against anybody that's vegan, vegetarian, but it's a wedding. There's different people there. You should have options. I just really felt like I was in an alternate universe, and it continued to get crazy from there.
Well, that's interesting. You never got the impression that Jillian lived a lifestyle that was a little more nature-based, natural, eclectic.
I mean, she used the words it feels organic, and she would say things about feeling intuitive, and she's good at reading people. Yeah. And I don't mind that, but it was just when I saw all of just how happy and joyous her friends were in that environment.
Yeah, I could see why you'd want nothing to do with that.
No, why would you want that kind of peace and love and joy in your life? Screw that.
Okay, well, I'll tell you the best part. The bride and groom, they have a 6-month-old baby, and in the middle of the bride's sister giving the maid of honor toast, the bride stands up in front of everyone, and in the middle of the speech, she just whips out her boob and starts breastfeeding the baby. So,
kids got to be fed.
Hungry.
Oh, yeah, I'm not against breastfeeding, but to pull your teat out of your wedding dress in the middle of a toast with everybody watching, that's just
purposeful. It was purposeful. That's what that was.
Was it purposeful, or is that just not missing a beat, man? That's what I call multitasking, man. That's keeping
life,
your eye on the
man.
ball.
That's doing what you need to do when you need to do it.
Right.
Yeah, taking care of business. Hungry baby, feed it.
No, not in front of everybody.
Were you squirming in your chair as this was happening? Were you visibly uncomfortable, or were you holding it together?
Were you eating your cashew ricotta while this was happening?
I was trying to hold it together. I think I did a pretty good job. But in the inside, I was like, get me out of here. It felt like Midsummer. Or that movie,
well, that didn't
and then
end
all of a
well.
sudden it gets dark.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So you thought you were about to get murdered.
Oh, no.
I didn't know with this group of people.
That's so funny. Have you seen Midsommar?
No, I don't think I have.
It's a horror movie.
Oh, well, then
wow.
no, of course I wouldn't see it.
Yeah, but the breastfeeding thing, that's like supernatural.
People still get weirded out by it.
I don't know why.
Well, just because they're not, it's
Used
something
to
they've
it.
never seen before. I mean, when you grow up with the belief system that that's something that you only do in private, and then all of a sudden, even if you're cool with it, you're still going to have some sort of
Issue.
well, not even an issue, just like a moment where, like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
there's
Don't stare. Don't stare. Don't stare. Don't stare.
I saw a whole boob in the middle of in a waiting room, not at a doctor. Like, it wasn't even a waiting room. Like in a lobby, in a big lobby full of people. And it was like a very large boob and it was completely out. And I'm totally cool with breastfeeding, but I still kind of had a minute where I did like a double take, like, yeah, that's happening.
The lady next to me at the
Right.
Children's
That's
Theater, when we went to see SpongeBob, she was breastfeeding her kid too.
Uh-huh.
It just felt like no big deal.
Well, Cole, I'm gonna pick up line 2 because we got Jillian on there. We're gonna conference her in and kind of get her reaction because she's been listening on hold to everything you had to say, and we'd like to see what she has to say. Hey, Jillian.
Wow. First off, that was beautiful. Nothing's more important than nourishing your baby, and you have to do it whenever and wherever you have to. And the photographer got some amazing pictures of it, so I'm actually really excited to see them.
Oh, what? Why? Why would you pull out your boob in the middle of your wedding? That's just, it feels like either showing off or just ignorance.
What are you supposed to do? Wait? When the baby needs to eat, the baby needs to eat.
Not in the middle of a wedding with all these people
When
watching.
you're the bride.
I admit it would have been weird if there was no baby.
Listen, I had a friend of mine that was doing a best man speech, and he looks over at the groom, and the groom is changing one of his kids' diapers, like right in the middle of it.
That's funny.
And they just like didn't miss a beat because when it has to happen, it's got to happen, you know?
Yeah,
You
what
got to
you
take
gotta do.
care of it.
Things happen.
It
That's
has
funny.
to happen. Exactly.
Talk to us about the wedding. Cole seems to think, you live more of an earthy lifestyle than he thought in those first 2 dates.
I mean, I'm not as extreme as my friends, but I respect them for how they choose to live and how they choose to raise their child. But I would say I concur with all of their beliefs.
Right.
I appreciated the grounding them moment and having Mother Earth bless their union in the soil. I loved being barefoot.
Yeah.
Now, I've read stories of celebrities who don't just breastfeed in public, but they do extended breastfeeding where stars like Mayim Bialik, Alanis Morissette, Coco Austin said she breastfed till her kid was 5 years old. And we knew of a couple, not well, but she said she breastfed her kid till she was like 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah, there are people that do that.
And that caused a bit of chatter.
Discomfort.
Well, it raised a few eyebrows.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I get it.
Beg the question, how
That's
old
not
is
for
too
everybody.
old?
Yeah, that one.
Right?
That's not for everybody. Mm-hmm.
But 6 months when you have to eat, you have to eat.
Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Jillian, I appreciate you, but I don't see it for us with, you're a nice girl, but that experience just really made me realize, like, I like steaks, I like cars, I like to wear my shoes. I don't know if it would work out with us. And, like, I wouldn't want my wife pulling out her boob in the middle of our wedding. And, like, it just seems like we may be living different lives.
Yeah, you're two totally different people.
Yeah.
It sounds like
sounds
that.
like it.
This is very disappointing, but I need someone that will appreciate that or at least respect it. So,
Right.
Okay.
Well, we appreciate you putting yourself out there, Jillian. Thank you for reaching out. And Cole, thanks for taking the call and having the conversation with us.
Oh, I have one more thing to say.
Just an afterthought?
Just an afterthought.
Yeah.
If you're not interested in seeing someone anymore, tell them. And if they're actually reaching out to you, have the decency to be vulnerable and actually explain to them your feelings, because it really hurts to be ghosted, especially when you have a good time with somebody and feel a connection. And there's no reason to not tell them. So.
Okay, I'm going to work on it.
There
All
you
right,
go.
fair enough. Appreciate you both. Best of luck to you.
Yes, take care.
You too.
All right, have a good day. Thanks.